Hi, my name is Brittany, and I'm going to be your therapist. And what's your name?
My name is Kathryn.
Okay, is it okay if I call you Kathryn, or would you prefer for me to call you something else?
Yeah, we're not close enough for you to call me Kat.
Okay, so just call you Kathryn?
Yes.
I can do that. So before we begin, today's just going to be a little bit about me getting to know you and what exactly you came to therapy for. But before we start, I have to let you know that anything that you say to me will remain confidential unless I feel that you plan to hurt yourself or hurt other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about why you're here.
Okay,
Okay. Why did your parents think you needed therapy?
Well, I just found out that I am using a little drug.
Okay. What drug are you using?
Cocaine.
Okay. So your parents wanted you to seek treatment because you're using cocaine. Is there anything else that they wanted you to seek therapy for?
My stepbrother just died.
Sorry.
My stepbrother just died, and I think they think it's hard on me, but it's whatever. People die.
Okay, so you're not feeling too bothered by it?
No, I'm more bothered by the fact that his journal got out around school and he made up lies about me.
Okay, 2 questions for you. When did he pass away?
About 3 months ago.
Okay, and then what is this journal that you're talking about?
Guess he had some special journal and it just makes me sound like I'm cold-hearted B-word.
Okay. I'm sure that's really hard for you. Did it get around the entire school or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what were the circumstances behind how your brother passed away?
Well, I mean, it's kind of my fault, but not really. I kind of told someone that I'm seeing that Sebastian was hitting me,
Okay.
and they got in a fight, and he pushed him in front of the car. But, I mean, I didn't push him, so it's not my fault.
Okay. So your friend got mad because Sebastian was beating you, and then he pushed Sebastian
Well, he
in front of
wasn't
the car.
really beating me, but yes, I said that.
Okay. Okay, so that's what you told your friend, but that's not what happened?
Yeah, I guess it didn't happen.
Okay. Why did you feel the need to kind of cover up what happened?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't know, that is totally fine. Okay, so besides your friend that pushed Sebastian in front of the car, are there any other friends in your life that you consider a good support system for you?
Not really.
Okay.
People are lame.
Okay, so did you consider him to be your only close friend?
Besides my stepbrother, yeah.
Okay. How close were you and your stepbrother?
Pretty close.
Okay. So, if you guys were pretty close, I'm sure that his death is affecting you maybe a little bit more than you think it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just here because my dad gave me money.
When your stepbrother did pass away, how did you deal with it? What were some of the ways that you coped with it?
I haven't done anything. I just lived my life.
Okay. Okay, so what about your family? How is your relationship with your mom?
I mean, we don't really have a relationship.
Okay. Do you guys fight a lot?
Yeah, she yells at me all the time.
Why do you think she yells at you?
I don't know. Ask her.
Okay. What about your dad? How is the relationship with your dad?
I mean, it's a little better, but he just gives me money, so I try to be a little nicer to him.
Okay. So you try to be nice to your dad. Do you try to be nice to your mom, or have you kind of just given up on that relationship?
Given up, honestly.
Okay. So while we're talking about your parents, do they have any struggles with mental health or anything that you're aware of?
I mean, they're crazy.
Okay. Why do you think they're crazy?
They just think that I should be here, and I don't.
Okay. So you think that because they want you to come to therapy that they're crazy because of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you yourself ever dealt with any anxiety or depression?
I mean, I get sad sometimes, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, nothing to be sad about.
Okay. When you say sad, do you mean like that you can't function, or do you still feel pretty normal and that you can get on with life when you're feeling that way?
Maybe sometimes I can't get out of bed.
Okay. What about, do you have any anxiety? Do you ever feel anxious?
What exactly is that?
Just that you feel uncertain or nervous when you have to do certain things, or that it's kind of a feeling of nervous tension like all the time that's really hard to get rid of. Do you ever feel like that? Okay. So you don't feel like your parents have ever dealt with anxiety or depression?
If they have, they didn't tell me.
Okay. What about Sebastian? Did he have any struggles with it?
He just was addicted to sex.
Okay. So what made you think that he was addicted to sex?
He was.
Okay.
And he wanted me, but I wouldn't let him have me.
Okay, so he wanted you to have sex with him?
Yes.
Okay. And you told him no?
Well, we had a bet, but yes, I told him no.
Okay. So what about your grandparents? Are they in your life, or are you very involved with your grandparents at all?
No, they died and gave all their money to us.
Okay. Did they have any struggles with anxiety or depression or their mental health?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't know that, it's totally fine. All right, let's see. Do you have any allergies to any type of medication or food?
I mean, if I eat peanuts, I swell up a little bit.
Okay, so peanuts are not good for you. Is this the first time that you've been to therapy?
I think I went when I was like 5.
Okay, do you know what you would have went for when you were 5?
I mean, I caught my dad sleeping with another woman, and it was kind of traumatizing.
Okay, and so your mom thought that you should go to therapy at that point? Okay. Do you currently take any medications that you want me to be aware of?
Just cocaine.
Okay. So, what about school and work? Can you tell me a little bit about that? How's that for you?
I don't work.
Okay, you don't work.
Do I look like I work and have a job?
I mean, I can't base that at, like, I didn't think about that, but if you don't work, that's totally fine. So are you in college or are you in high school?
College.
Okay. What's your major?
Undecided.
Okay. Is this your first year in college or?
Yes.
Okay, freshman. Okay, so how has that adjustment to college been for you so far?
Okay.
Okay. No major issues with settling in. Do you live on campus or do you live at home?
That's a little bit.
Okay. Do you feel like you've made any friends while you're at school?
One girl.
Okay, one girl. Was she in one of your classes?
Well, I'm kind of just using her, but yes.
Okay, what are you using her for?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, that's fine if you don't want to tell me that. Okay, so you said that you don't work, so do your parents support you financially?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever got in trouble with the law, like went to jail or anything?
When I was 16, I had a DUI.
Okay.
But I mean, I feel like if you don't have a DUI on your record, like, you're a nobody.
Okay. So you kind of thought that getting a DUI was kind of, it gave you a feeling of honor in a way, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, whatever.
Okay. So it wasn't a big deal to you to get a DUI?
No.
Okay.
My parents thought it was a big deal, but
so how did that discussion with them go when you got the DUI?
It was just a lot of yelling.
Okay. So is that the only legal trouble that you ever gotten into?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so with the caffeine, how much would you say, or the cocaine, how much would you say that you use a day?
Probably about 6 times.
Okay. And do you do this every day?
Do you want the honest answer?
Yes, if you don't care.
Yes.
Okay, so every day. And when you do use cocaine, how long would you say that your binge would last?
3 weeks.
Okay. When did you first use cocaine?
When I was 13.
And when did you last use cocaine?
This morning.
Okay, so before you came in here?
Yes, that would be this morning.
Okay. So you said you first started using cocaine when you were 13. What do you feel led to those circumstances? What made you feel like you wanted to try cocaine?
I mean, my friend just had it and it looked fun.
Okay. Let's see. Have you ever used tobacco?
Yeah, I've smoked cigarettes.
Okay. How often would you say that you do that?
Just when I drink.
Okay, when you drink. How often do you drink?
Every weekend. Thirsty Thursday.
Okay, so you drink alcohol every weekend, so does that mean that you smoke every weekend then too?
Yes.
Okay. How many cigarettes?
That's not illegal.
I know, I understand. How many cigarettes do you smoke at a time?
I don't know, I'm too drunk.
Okay. How many drinks do you have when you get drunk?
Too drunk for that.
Okay, that's fine. So when did you first use alcohol? Was it around the time that you first used cocaine?
I was like 15.
Okay.
A little better.
Okay. When did you first use cigarettes or tobacco?
When I was 18.
Okay. Did you drink any alcohol or smoke a cigarette or anything before you came to see me?
No.
Okay.
It's not the weekend.
Yes, I understand. What about marijuana?
Of course.
Okay. So how often do you use marijuana?
Just on 420.
Okay. So once a year?
Yes.
Okay. When did you first use marijuana?
When, I don't know.
It's okay. If you don't remember, it's okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably I was like 13 as well.
Okay. What about opioids? Have you ever used?
What's that?
It's like a narcotic. It's a form of narcotics. It's just a drug. If you're not aware of what it is, I'm assuming you haven't used it.
Yeah, you lost me.
Okay. Let's see.
Like Tylenol?
No. No, not Tylenol.
Okay.
How would you say your childhood was?
I don't even have lots of money.
Okay. What
Have to go on
about,
lots of trips.
okay. What about emotionally? How was it for you emotionally?
Not good.
Okay, what made it not good?
My parents, all they did was fight.
Okay. And then you said that your dad cheated on you, or on your mom when you were 5, right?
Right.
Okay. So your parents were fighting. Did it ever get physical, or was it just verbal?
A little.
Okay. Was that hard for you to see?
You think it was easy?
No. Tell me about your experience with it. How did it make you feel?
Just like get a divorce already.
Okay, so you thought that your parents should be divorced if they're going to be having that much trouble?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know, when Sebastian moved into the home, did this fighting and stuff continue? Or has it always been kind of constant?
No, my stepmom and dad get along.
Okay. Okay, so this is kind of a personal question, and if you don't feel comfortable answering it, that's totally fine. But have you ever suffered any type of sexual abuse or emotional abuse or anything like that at home? Okay, that is totally fine. Have you ever had any struggles with an eating disorder?
I mean, I just don't eat.
Okay.
Maybe an apple a day.
Okay. So, do you feel like that's enough to sustain you, or do you feel hungry, or?
I mean, I feel hungry, but
Okay.
I can't be like those fatties.
Okay. What do you mean when you say I can't be like those fatties? Who are you talking about?
I mean, everyone, just look outside, you'll see.
Okay. So is that another concern for your parents? Do they think you're not eating enough, or have your parents noticed that you only eat?
They don't notice.
Okay, they don't notice. So you only eat an apple a day, and then you use cocaine during the day as well, right?
Yes, cocaine curbs my appetite.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever struggled with thoughts of suicide or wanting to hurt yourself?
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, so from what we have went over today, I feel like I've gained a lot of good information and kind of know where to go from here. What would you say is a good goal that you want to get out of therapy?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, well, we can work together on this. What is something that, and it doesn't have to be what your parents want you to work on, but what's something that you feel like you would want to improve in your life?
That's perfect.
Okay. Would you want to work on maybe addressing some of the things that happened with your brother? With that?
Like I said, it's whatever. People die.
Okay.
Okay, give me some ideas of what we could do.
We could maybe work through any grief issues that you were having or any loss that you were feeling related to the event, because sometimes when we go through situations like that, we don't really fully deal with it because we suppress those emotions. So we could kind of work through that if you wanted. Okay. What about the cocaine? Do you see that as a problem, or do you want to keep continuing? And what you say to me, I'm not going to say to your parents. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever you tell me remains confidential.
I need my coke.
Okay. So what would be a good time for you to meet with me next week? Is there a certain day?
Well, I have a lot of appointments with some guys.
Okay.
I guess same time next week.
Okay.
Same day.
Yeah, that works for me. I thank you for coming in today, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Yay, we finished. Well,